What is up, YouTube? This is Joe from Zephyrwargames, and I'm bringing to you guys a deck profile for Heavymetaldramon. So, with me being a big Digimon stan and how much I just love all of Digimon's evolution line, including the Digimon Dark Evolution line, the moment that Impmon got his own version of the Digimon line, I was just like, I gotta make this. The deck is very fun. I had a big help from one of my mates, Bushi. He sent me his one of his lists, and I've just been like tweaking around, playing around with, and just overall I just really like the kind of like playstyle the deck likes to do. I'm not the biggest fan of the lower hand count. I like that it's got a gimmick, but I feel like lowering your hand size, it means that you're quite in danger if your opponent does remove your board. But the deck can go quite wide now. It has dangerous deletion effects and protection for your security. But yeah, so the deck's very fun, very enjoyable, and if you like the Digimon line, the Dark Evo line, you're definitely going to enjoy the thematic of this deck and like the evolution it has. So before I get into it, if you enjoy this, probably give us a like and subscribe down below. Ding that notification bell as well, because if you enjoy content here on YouTube, you don't miss on that content, and doing that notification bell helps prevent that. And all of that is greatly appreciated. Everything here is so much for the support. So let's get into Heavymetaldramon. Starting off with the eggs, we have 4 copies of the EX7 Yarmon when attacking. If you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, this Digimon may dissolve into a Digimon with Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait from your trash. So yes, you do have to pay the cost, but it just means that you can get a bit more flexibility with how you're going to be climbing your stack and how you get to manipulate the memory, meaning that you don't need to keep on your turn to get into your higher stages. 4 copies of the EX7 Impmon. So this is a Digiroll 4-0 on a Yarmon, and your turn with Digimon will evolve into a Digimon with Dark Dragon, Evil Dragon trait, reducing the cost by 1. The inherent is just a simple, nice plus 2,000 on your turn. This allows us to climb up our stages for a little bit less memory, meaning that we can get into our level 6s, 5s and 6s a little bit sooner. 4 copies of the BT20 Impmon, again 0 on a Yarmon, and on play with your top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Evil Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait and 1 Yuki from among them. Return the rest to the bottom of your deck. Again, another 2k inherent. This just is our main searcher of the deck, allowing us to see all of our combat pieces. It's a bit crazy that we didn't get a searcher in the first evolution line that we got for this deck. But hey ho, at least we got it eventually. And then 3 copies of the BT19 Impmon. So this is an on play. If you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play a purple Tamer with a play cost of 4 less from your trash without paying the cost. The inherent is just retaliation. This is the more Biosmon Impmon, but we can make use of this with our deck as it's an evil traded Digimon, which means our Punkmons get to evolve on this for a little bit less, as well as being able to play our Yukis from our trash, meaning that we can just get more of our Tamers on the field, which means we can climb up our stacks even faster. Then we got 4 copies of the BT20 Punkmon. It can evolve for 2 memory on a Digimon with the evil trait, so meaning all of our Impmons. On play, and when Digivolving, trash your card in your hand. Then to the end of your opponent's turn, 1 of your Digimon gains blocker and retail to the end of the turn, to the end of your opponent's turn, and your turn plus 2k on the inherent. So a little bit of defense for the deck. One of the level 4s that you like to go into. Reduces cards in your hand, so that way you can get into that 4 card magic number that you want to have in your deck at times. 3 copies of the EX7 Punkmon, again same lower cost of 2 on an evil trait. When drawing, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you pay a Yuki from your hand without paying the cost. So you can do a nice little play of like on play this one for 4, spit out Yuki from your trash, and evolve into this. If you still have the memory, play another Yuki from your hand. So the more Yukis you have out, the better it is for you in the long run. So let's just move this up. So I like to do this like every other video where I'm just like, oh, I need space now. It's climbing up. And we have 2 copies of IS1 Scatter Mode from EX7. This is an on-play, trash a card in your hand. Then you may return 1 Digimon with an Evil, Dark Dragon, Evil Dragon from your hand, trash to your hand. Inherent is Retail. This just is a nice little tech card to get some of your combo pieces back to your hand. Obviously, if you don't want to see this card too much or you don't feel that you need it, you can bump up this punk 1 by 1 and maybe play the old Scatter Mode for just a draw 3 trash 2. You can do that as well. Moving to the level 5s, we're playing 3 copies of the BT20 Loudmon. So this is a cyborg, but it does have the condition of always treated as a dark dragon. It can evolve 3 on a dark and evil dragon. On play, when Digivolving, trash 2 cards in your hand. Then for the turn, 1 of your Digimon gains Raid and Piercing for the turn and plus 4000 DP. The inherent is that while you have 4 fewer cards in your hand, all of your dark dragons and evil dragons gain security tap +1. This is a common thing on all the loud ones at the moment, and I do love that it just it's a nice little generic set +1 for those traded Digimon. So if you did want to take some Digimons in your deck, you can just give them additional security tap pluses, going for higher damages. 3 copies of the old EX7 Loudmon, same evolution cost for 3 on evil and dark dragons. On play, when Digimon trash 2 in your hand, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon 7000 DP or less. This is just a nice little bit of board removal, again lowering your hand count, and again same security tap +1 inherent. Then we're playing 1 copy of the EX7 Orochimon. This is just a nice little additional blocker that you can use, and with an on delete, trash a card in your hand and delete one of your opponent's level 3 and one of the level 4 Digimon. Inherent is Retail. If you don't want to play this card, you can swap it out for additional or different texts that you want. I know at one point I was playing the old Orochi from BT7, where if it's trash from your hand, you get to draw additional card, and the inherent, when attacking, trash a card to gain a memory. So you've got little options there, but the additional blocker is pretty handy. Moving on to the level 6s, the main starter of the deck, we're playing 3 copies of Heavymetaldramon Ace from BT20. So this is a play cost of 7, 12k DP, can evolve on a dark or evil dragon for 3 memory. So it has an obviously hand counter blast digivolve. On play and when digivolving, trash cards in your hand till you have 4. Then you can play a Digimon with 8000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost. For each card that you trash via this effect, you remove 2000 from this Digimon's maximum that you can play. So if you trash 1, you can only play 6k. If you trash 2, 4k, etc, etc. So obviously you want to get to your hand count of 4. So you trash nothing, and you essentially just get to slap down any of your level 5s and belows for free. Then your all turns, all of your dark and evil dragon trait Digimon gain rush and blocker and get 2000 DP. So you can evolve into this, spawn out a level 5, give it rush, let it swing, and then you can get your additional benefits off that. 3 copies of the old EX7 Heavymetaldramon evolves for 5, but it can evolve for 4s on evil and dark dragons. When Digivolving, trash 2 in your hand, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon, so just a nice clear removal. And at the end of your turn, once per turn, you may play a Digimon card with the evil dark dragon or evil dragon for a trait from the trash with a play cost of 8 or less without paying the cost. For each card that you have in your hand, remove 1 from this cost maximum. So if you have 1 card in your hand, you can only play cost of 7, etc, etc. So this combos well with the ace, that if you only have like 1 or fewer cards in your hand, you get to just like hard slam the ace, which then at all turns, which on play lets you hard slam another guy, so you get to on slam one of your level 5s and belows, and then just like the board just gets wider and wider. Then we're playing 1 copy of the EX7 Nidhoggmon. So this has a trash effect on your main. If you have 4 viewer cards in your hand, you can play this card from your trash, the cost reduced by 4. He has blocker, so you can come in as for a 7 cost blocker, worst case scenario. But on delete, you may play a level 5 or lower Digimon card, the dark dragon or evil dragon trait from your trash without paying the cost. So if this does get deleted, you just get to spawn back one of your level 5s. You don't have to play this card. I was playing at one point the BT7 Nidhogg, where if it's trash, you just gain additional memory. So again, you can just be a bit more customizable with the Nidhogg line for that. And one thing I never thought about taking that my friend Bushi's list had, which is one copy of the EX8 Talisman. So this isn't a dark dragon, obviously it is a dark animal, but it does have a DNA Digivolve of a purple level 5 and a red level 5. So if you do manage to get 2 of your Loudmons out on the board, you can just Jogress into Talisman, which is a nice form of additional free swings. When Digivolve, you do get to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then return one of the suspended Tamers to the bottom of the deck. So it's just a nice free Tamer removal in this deck, which can be quite handy. And in your turn, for each card in this Digimon's evolution cards, for each color, it gets an additional 1000 DP, while your opponent has no Digimon with as much or fewer DP, with as much or more DP as this Digimon. This Digimon gains piercing and security tap +1. So you can combo this into one of your lines, get this guy out, remove a Tamer, and just like gain additional piercing and security tap pluses, which is pretty handy. 3 copies of the BT20 Yuki, which is the start of your turn. If you have 2 or fewer memory, go to 3 memory. And at the end of your turn, while you have 4 fewer cards in your hand by suspending this Tamer, one of your Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait Digimon may attack a player. So this is how you can get a free spring while evolving with the memory passing over. 3 copies of the EX7 Yuki. Start of your main if your opponent has a Digimon gain a memory. And main, if you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand by suspending this Tamer, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait from the trash. 3 copies of Black Sabbath from BT20. Just a little bit more new, actually, is a good point. Yes, so the main effect just allows you to you can combo off with when one of your Heavymetaldramons plays one of the bodies from the trash. So that way you can go into the heavy metal, play back one of the heavy metals, play out one of these loud ones. Then the Heavymetaldramon gives the loud one rush. Then you can swing with the tap this Yuki, allowing your Loudmon to attack, and then you can also you can then tap this Yuki if the memory is still on your side, allowing Loudmon you just played out to evolve into another Heavymetaldramon from the trash. The Heavymetaldramon then plays out another body, which then lets your board go extremely wide. Now that your turn's over, because the memory's over, you can then tap this Yuki, allowing one of your dragons to attack. The more Loudmons you have in your sources, the more security stack is going through, and you just get like so many checks that your opponent's just like a bit surprised. All of your guys then have blocker. It's just like absolutely crazy. But yes, 3 copies of the Black Sabbath from BT20. So trash and main, if you have 4 fewer cards in your hand by paying 6 costs, return this card to the bottom of the deck and delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So it's just nice little board removal for 2 memory. And then for 2 memory, main, trash 1 card in your hand and delete a level 4 lower. Security, just delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower. So it's just really good removal for really cheap costs. It's just a nice card to have in your deck. And then 3 copies of Purple Memory Boost, just a nice little consistency card for your deck as you're all purple. 2 copies of Purple Scramble, allowing you to go into your higher stages for a lot less. And then 1 copy of Calling from Darkness. We are a purple deck. We like to have some cards back into our hand. We are depleting our hand quite a lot, so being able to just pay 1 memory, get 2 cards back into our hand so we can just combo off again is very, very strong. But guys, that's the deck profile for Heavymetaldramon. I hope you all enjoyed it. I really do enjoy this evolution line for Imp1, allowing him to go apart. Nice little thematic side to side with Guilmon, allowing them to both have Evil Dragon evolution lines. Kind of like a little payback for Beelzemon versus Megidramon. Imp1's like, now, if you're going to become a giant dragon of destruction, I will also become a giant dragon of destruction, while also playing electric guitars for my wings. So, hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below what you think and what you're doing with your Heavymetaldramon line? Are you going full on the Heavymetaldramons? Are you taking in other cards? There's been a few times I want to try and take this in Gamamon as a Regulusmon is a evil dragon, so that's something you can do as well. So as always, like, comment and subscribe. Till next time, as always, stay safe and of course, happy dueling.